Well, now let's take a look at all the rumblings in the opposition ahead of the 2019 election. DMK President M.K. Stalin's proposal to project Congress President Rahul Gandhi as the prime ministerial face hasn't exactly got other opposition parties excited. In fact, they've openly taken a view that who will be prime minister is something that can only be decided after the elections. The Trinamool Congress said it first, then the TDP and the CPM, and now the Samajwadi Party. Today, Akhilesh Yadav was asked about this, and he said, very interestingly, that someone's personal opinion cannot be perceived as the entire opposition's view.
वो ये चाहते हैं कि ये सरकार हटे, जनता चाहती है और देश में कोई गठबंधन बने और कोई विचार कोई दे रहा है, तो ये जरूरी नहीं कि पूरे गठबंधन का यही विचार हो.
Well, we have Ghanshyam Tiwari of the Samajwadi Party with us. We have Mr. Saravanan from the DMK joining us from Chennai. Mr. Vivek Reddy still with us from the BJP. Pawan Khera of the Congress Party joining us. And let's take this question to Ghanshyam Tiwari first. Why are you all so unhappy with the idea of projecting a prime ministerial face?
No, we are very happy that across the country people are voting for the agenda of day-to-day needs of people. Across the country, BJP's grammar of politics has been defeated, and governments who present that agenda are becoming elected. Even in Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh and Rajasthan, Congress did not present a chief minister candidate. So it is the agenda that is getting voted in, and wherever opposition has met, it has met on a platform where agenda is primary and issue is primary, and under that, the parties have met on equal footing, with a very clear understanding that it is the mandate of 2019 that will determine who the leader will be.
Except the difference between the assembly elections and the general election is that Mr. Modi is the face of the BJP very clearly in the general election. So don't you think that when voters go out there and they see that very clearly on one side they have a choice of voting Narendra Modi back as prime minister, they may also turn around and say, but opposition se kaun? That it's just a sort of Gathbandhan of parties and that there's going to be a race for who's becoming prime minister. By not projecting a face, is that a big risk that you take?
Well, that choice is becoming dreadful because it is the Prime Minister. Did Prime Minister shy away from campaigning any of these states? BJP got 181 and lost 181 MLAs between just 3 states. So it is not the Prime Minister, his face that matters anymore. It is the agenda that matters. We have maintained that Indian parliamentary democracy will be stronger when agenda runs more powerfully than a singular face. And we believe that it is our competitive advantage as an opposition to be multifaceted, to be able to have leaders in each state who are credible on their own track record and who can present the agenda of the people and counter BJP on their failures both at the central level and state level.
So Mr. Saravanan, how does the DMK view the sort of cold reception that Mr. Stalin's proposal has got from other opposition parties?
See, this is what we have to understand is that what our leader Mr. M.K. Stalin said, that he said that he is proposing the candidature of Mr. Rahul Gandhi for prime ministership from the state of Tamil Nadu. See, it is right, this is not that of the Mahagathbandhan. If all of them are accepting, probably down the line, this is just the beginning of the alliance. So we have just taken the baby steps, and our leader thought in the situation, especially in the light of the results of the 3 assembly elections where Mr. Rahul Gandhi gave a run for money to Mr. Modi and Mr. Amit Shah, that Rahul Gandhi is the best candidate for prime ministership, and he thought it is better to suggest a name. And we all know that what counts is the numbers, what the Congress is going to get on what all the others are going to get. And we also should take into account that it's the BJP and the Congress which are going to contest in almost 200 to 250 constituencies. So it is either one of those parties which is going to become the single largest party after 2019 elections.
So is the DMK's position that it's better for, are you saying that DMK's position is that it's better for the opposition to project a prime ministerial face rather than leave it to after the elections?
No, no, we are not suggesting that, because we are sure that all the parties are united together on the secular front, and the BJP is the single unifying factor for the Mahagathbandhan. The very fact that we are opposing BJP will unite everybody. We don't, maybe the PM's face is superfluous. A PM, projection of a PM is superfluous because the election is going to be fought state by state, constituency by constituency against the BJP.
Then why propose Rahul Gandhi's name at all? Because you set the cat amongst the pigeons.
because
And the cat came for all the pigeons.
So that we are identifying, so that the BJP, we can nullify, we can blunt the BJP's campaign that there is no unity or there is no PM face among the opposition parties.
But it did the opposite,
thought
because it actually
we'll
exposed
take
the
the first
disunity in a sense. It actually, I see what you're trying to say, but it in a sense exposed the disunity in the opposition. And Vivek Reddy, correct me if I'm wrong, but there is probably nothing that the BJP would like better than to make this a Modi versus Rahul contest in the general election. Am I right?
Nidhi, perhaps, you know, there are reasons for that. What are the reasons? First of all, this Mahagathbandhan is such a big mixture of contradictions that it can never end up governing this nation in a proper manner. This is the first objection. So, even on the selection of a leader, as basic a thing as that, this Mahagathbandhan will start off fighting between itself. So, therefore, the larger perspectives that what Mr. Saravanan says and what Mr. Ghanshyam Tiwari said, that look here, that we want to fight this agenda, we want to fight the BJP, all these are concocted. You know, they know that the BJP is doing a great job, it is building a stronger India, it is working in every front,
But Mr.
there is
Reddy,
a sincere and earnest
you just
effort.
lost 3 assembly
and
elections
ultimately,
last week. So
unfortunately, that is not an indicator.
Okay.
Unfortunately, Nidhi, the problem is this. The Mahagathbandhan is a bunch of opportunists who want to fuse themselves to challenge the BJP. But the biggest problem for them is they are unsure of Rahul Gandhi. They don't want to go under the leadership of Rahul Gandhi because it will not take them anywhere. He is unprepared for the job. So some are hiding. They are between the devil and deep blue sea. If you fight with Rahul Gandhi, Modi may trump him all out. Suppose you don't fight with Rahul Gandhi, again you are getting trumped. So this is the quick fix situation that they are in, and they are struggling with this. That is why we say that it is a bunch of opportunists trying to derail the stronger India that we want.
okay, quickly, Ghanshyam.
Well, BJP is so busy fighting the Modi versus Rahul caricature that they are not even interested in election. They are not interested in agenda. They are not interested in the fact that they are losing elections.
We are not fighting
They
it.
are not.
It is so apparent,
in the
Ghanshyam.
fact that they are not
You
winning
don't have
allies.
to discuss it at all.
Their allies
We don't
in
have to
Bihar,
fight it at
Upinder
all.
Kushwaha.
There is no comparison, sir.
Allow me.
Please don't compare this.
No, you are comparing it.
Yes.
I am saying that in Bihar, one of your allies
Yes,
left
Rahul
and
Gandhi
nobody
is all
took
the more
notice.
better.
Can you believe
The
it? In an
best.
election where coalitions are going to matter, you are not winning a single coalition partner in any state. And if you look at the
Ghanshyam,
headlines of
I'm
any
asking
newspaper
you one
today,
thing.
you will see Mr.
Even before-
Paswan questioning
even
your own
before-
agenda. What is the BJP
even
agenda
before
versus
you
what
can
is the
have
NDA
any confidence
agenda?
in
So if there is
Rahul
one
Gandhi,
ship that is getting
the other
fractured
partners
every
don't have
week,
confidence in him.
it is the NDA.
No, but
Please
I think
answer this question. That is
answer
a
that
moot
question.
question in the
That is
debate.
an important question
Even
he's raising.
before you have confidence
does
in
this
him, others
okay,
don't have
okay, Mr.
confidence in
Reddy,
him.
let him answer that. That does all this sort of waffling about whether Rahul should be PM face or not. Does this actually reflect that either you don't have a confidence in Rahul's leadership or you're just uncomfortable for your own political
Well, first
reasons?
and foremost, the opposition parties have always met in a very transparent manner. If there is a certain idea on which the opposition parties do not agree, that has also been presented in a very articulate manner. Second, I think that if the opposition has to present an alternative agenda to the country and make it believable, it has to face these questions. And there cannot be ego battles on these questions. Somebody can propose a name, but other parties can come up with their point of view, and there has to be convergence on one point of view. What you are seeing today is, with Mr. Stalin proposing a name, Mr. Akhilesh Yadav telling that there is a point of view, but there will be a convergence that will appear in due course. And as a result, you don't see parties speaking over one another. Parties are speaking in the same language. Even DMK that proposed the name is also speaking in the same language as Akhilesh Yadav is speaking.
Is it okay? Because that's making my
I
head
think
explode
instead
at the
of waiting
moment.
and
Because it doesn't
fighting
sound
and
like you're all
fighting
saying the
for
same thing.
convergence.
1 second, Aarti Jairat is.
Instead of fighting for
but the question
convergence,
is, the
it is better
BJP
you have
wants
stable
this to
leadership.
be a Rahul versus Modi
Yes, they
battle,
do.
doesn't it?
Yes, they
and
do.
that
No,
is the
Nidhi,
one
can I
thing that
comment?
the opposition doesn't want to get trapped into.
That's right, and I think the opposition definitely would not like
No,
to get trapped
Nidhi,
in that.
can
But
I
you know,
One second,
but,
miss-
but,
one
but you know,
second.
Nidhi, to go back to the Samajwadi Party's dilemma, you know, Mayawati is a clear contender for prime ministership in 2019 if she wins enough seats, okay? And the Samajwadi Party is an alliance with Mayawati in UP. She's a very important person for the Samajwadi Party to take on the BJP in UP. And remember, UP has 80 seats. All right. Samajwadi Party today cannot endorse anybody because they know that Mayawati is a contender for Prime Minister. So they have to immediately...
They also know they need her in UP.
That's right, they need her in UP, absolutely. So they cannot afford to annoy her. So they have to immediately rebut Stalin when he proposes Rahul Gandhi's name as Prime Minister. So Samajwadi Party is in a bind. I mean, it's done what it had to do because it has to keep Mayawati happy so that they can have that alliance and they can go ahead in UP.
But my question is that it's very clear that the BJP is trying very hard to make this about Rahul versus
Yes,
Modi.
yes.
When you look at Mr. Modi's election speeches, for instance, do you remember the last time he attacked Akhilesh Yadav, Mamata Banerjee, even
None of
Mayawati?
them.
None of these
them.
leaders.
None of them.
All his election speeches are targeted at Rahul Gandhi, and that is probably because A, they want to make this a Rahul versus Modi contest, but also because ultimately probably the Congress is the only sort of pan-national party which will bring the opposition together. That's what is likely to happen.
Also they feel that in any kind of contest between Modi and Rahul, Modi still has an edge, has a clear edge over Rahul, because Rahul is still too young, and Modi has this dominant sort of personality.
Which is why they want to make it a
Which
personality
is why they want to
contest.
make it a presidential
So,
contest.
Pawan Khera, how does the Congress sort of look at this this flap over the last 48 hours over Mr. Stalin's proposal and the way the other parties have responded? Is it now the official position of the party very clearly that the PM candidate or who the Prime Minister should be if the opposition parties were to win, get more numbers, should be decided after the general election and not before?
I think these are very good time pass debates for all of us. Just as DMK has its own opinion and they have a right to their opinion, so does Mr. Akhilesh Yadav. I don't think any of these things matter when it comes to actual issues. And I was just hearing you and Aarti that BJP wants it to be a Rahul versus Modi debate or election. Fair enough, so be it. 70% of those areas where Mr. Modi campaigned this time, BJP lost. It's not the face, it's not the way you speak, it's what you've done in the last 5 years. It's what are the issues you are talking about which matter. I think we undermine the intelligence of the voter when we say कि मोदी के चेहरे पे वोट पड़ता है. माफ कीजिएगा, मोदी के चेहरे पर या मोदी की वाणी पर वोट पड़ना बंद हो चुका है. This, if the BJP doesn't realize, I don't care, let them not realize. Fact of the matter is, you saw everywhere Modi went. What was his narrative? His narrative was not on the farmers, not on the actual issues on the ground. His narrative was against Rahul Gandhi, against Jawaharlal Nehru, against Indira Gandhi, against Sonia Gandhi. In fact, he stooped very low in Rajasthan when he called Sonia
But
ji
Pawan, you haven't
Congress ki
answered the
vidwa.
question I asked,
I'm
which is
coming to that.
Is the
Pawan,
Congress's
coming to that.
position
I'm
also that the
coming to
PM
that.
candidate should be decided only after the elections and not before?
I'm absolutely coming to that.
Yeah.
I take you back to the 2004 elections.
Hey, Bhagwan.
We had all these debates. Oh, Atal Bihari Vajpayee is a towering leader. I'm not denying it. He was a towering leader. Oh, he's a charismatic leader. Fair enough. He was definitely more charismatic than Narendra Modi ji. What happened? So it's never the face. It's never what you said. Nothing of this matters. And yes, the question of the Prime Minister, I don't think that's an important question for any one of us right now, because we are fighting a larger battle. The larger battle includes the battle for the soul of India, and that's the battle we are talking about. I'm not trying to I'm not trying to run away from this question. This is a question which can be answered at a later date.